Harry's got a question.
Hello, guys. What was your favourite spell that you got to shout?
We were, I think the Patronus spell was quite a good one, although we never actually saw what their Patronus would be.
Can you hear it?
No. No, it was weird, like we never got to see it, but then people always said, what would yours be, and stuff like that. For some reason I got into my head that a panda. So I just like sitting there munching on a bit of grass or something. A bit lazy like myself.
Hi there, I noticed you've signed up next to do Hamlet, I believe. Is this full-on Shakespearean, or is it going to be a modernised version?
We haven't actually signed anything.
Oh wow, IMDb says you're onto it, so you better get onto them.
Apparently we are.
In the third film, when you were filming the scene where you were talking about the Rollers map and you were old staging the lines, how many takes did that do? You know, how long did it take you to get that right?
Well, I've been, really good pros, one take, so... to be honest, it took a lot of rehearsing beforehand, which was quite good that, obviously, we lived together in a family home at the time, so we could practice it there, and I don't know, I don't know if any of you guys have heard this story before, that all came about by just pure chance. We had a meeting with Alfonso before the film actually started, and he wanted to go down the Rollers map scene, which was actually written slightly... Characters had more dialogue in a row. But when we were talking, we did, as all good brothers do, try and cut each other up. And Alfonso was just like, I love that, got a piece of paper, changed it, and then, yeah, that is now the scene that is on the DVD and Blu-ray, now available in the stores everywhere.
What was your favourite movie you played in Harry Potter?
I think, actually to film The Goblet of Fire, just because we'd just turned 18. And we had like really long hair. We were both really into like metal music, so we'd be going like in the weekends we'd be going to like metal clubs, and being told to be like these rebellious characters. And then the actual filming it was really good because you had the scene when they put their names in the Goblet of Fire. They grow the beards and have a bit of a rock on the floor and stuff. It was a really good one to film.
Hi guys, what was the best and funniest prank that you ever pulled on the acting set?
As there's people here who are under the age of 18, there's only... Just
Maybe someone from Norway as well. Maybe,
yeah,
we want to get back in that country.
Long story short, long story short, we're going into immigration, we kind of stole our mate's passport. We gave it to him, they were like, oh mate, you forgot this, but it's just great to see because, especially in Norway, they're very strict. Yeah. But on set, there's one cast member who I won't mention who was very sleepy a lot of the time. And he fell asleep in front of a TV which just so happened to have Call of Duty plugged into it. So we put the volume up to 100%, got out the AK-47 and fired off a few rounds. And if you've ever woken someone up in a deep sleep, he rose vertically and then sprinted out, which was quite a good thing. Or another one, there's a few. One of the trainee makeup girls thought she'd have a bit of fun and joked that she'd put the wrong bleach in my eyes and it was going to fall, or eyebrows, because they dyed her hair, as you can probably tell. So they'd always have to bleach the eyebrows, and she tried to get me going that they'd, bleached it too much and they would fall out. So, alright. So about 6 weeks later, we'd already got this thing. I knew that she was going on holiday into the south of England. So we got to the point of finding her car registration, going through all that, and writing down a full list of stuff of like places where she inquired, oh, did you have a nice holiday, where did you go, this, that, and the other. Told her where we went. And so I wrote down as if someone was calling her from the car park company of the hotel where she stayed. Gave it to one of the ADs to do it so she didn't recognise the voice. And basically came at the
they only get in contact after the bill goes to over £1,000. And after that, card repossession is mandatory, really. And so that happened, and then the only way we revealed it was, okay, can you give me, do you want an email address to get back in touch? Okay. So it was it basically spelt out Oliver Phelps got you back. But she didn't get that. She said, do you want to read that back to me? Oh, you! But the best bit was that we recorded the whole conversation, and that went viral around the studios throughout the whole filming. So that was good. It's a good one, I recommend it.
Hey, I was just wondering, is it weird watching the movies back and seeing yourself as different characters and watching yourself?
The first ones, they are. We did a TV show last weekend in Sydney, and they opened up to it with the scene when Fred and George run through the barrier. So we sound like Ron Helium. It is like a home video where the whole world sees it. So, I mean, the later ones I'm a bit more okay with, but I think the younger one, the ones when we were 14, I think, when we shot those, so yeah, not so much those ones.
Hiya, I have a bit of a favour to ask. It's my friend Miss birthday tomorrow. Can you actually wish her a happy birthday? But I do have a question as well.
Happy birthday.
My question was, in the movies, a lot of the times you have to speak simultaneously. Did you find that harder, or can you do that naturally as twins?
To quash any rumours of telepathy and all that between twins, we don't actually get that. But yeah, it's more about practice and timing. It's like on the third beat, you'd say it. But yeah, apart from that, that's about it. Really.
Yeah, we never finish each other's sentences.
How was filming the 7th movie? Like the second part of the 7th movie? Was it?
Yeah, spoiler alert. We actually did this question and some people hadn't seen it, so yeah. All those who haven't. It was, for me, that scene of my character's end. It was actually...
No one cried on George last night,
It was actually, the shoot that scene was very easy for me, so I just lay there. The trick was just not to breathe, so just hold your breath as long as you can. Though during rehearsals I did actually fall asleep. But, you know, as many, I guess you're the person to answer that question.
It was quite good. The weird bit was, we did a reshoot, which is so after principal photography was finished, they do pickups and stuff. And we had to do the scene where Fred and George are on the battlements and watching Voldemort's army basically coming off, and they know it's about to happen. So they do the whole right thing. And when we were doing that, the bulldozers were outside the studios ready to tear the place down. So because they as soon as we wrapped, they were redeveloping the whole lot. So within 48 hours of us finishing this scene, the studios where we'd filmed it for 10 years was levelled. So that was like the final stage, wasn't it? We knew that it was coming to an end. Because like in a room like this, it was basically as nice as this, the studio. And the other side of a wall about that thick is a bulldozer ready to go. Get out. So yeah, that was when it was like, okay, this is final.
Do you think that when J.K. Rowling killed off Fred, that was a justifiable end for your character, or would you have liked to see some other sort of ending to the character?
As it was the last one, I was okay with it. I don't know, but to be honest with you, I think it did catch everyone by surprise, including us, because when you see twins in fiction and literature, you just assume they're always together. And in one way, I did like it because it did show that twins are individuals and they don't have to follow the same path as their own brothers or sisters. So it's, in one way, I quite liked it. Not, you know, I didn't enjoy reading it, but I thought also it was a good part of the story.
What's your favourite